What's up, everybody? It's the NFT Circus. We're here on our Saturday edition. We have a new date and time, and we have some fun new guests that are joining us because we're at a better time, and I think that's easier for everyone to kind of get here and see. So today we have Timetraveler on wax. If you don't know Timetraveler, he's been around the scene for quite some time. He's an OG, and he's also one of the best giveaway guys there is in the whole scene. There's Simon from Sublime Sounds coming back once again to share some more insight on the Sublime Sounds legacy. And then we have today Danish Crypto, an amazing developer and all-around knowledgeable guy for anything wax and EOS, which is awesome to have him here. Thank you, Danish, for joining us.
Thank you.
And then, of course, my co-host Crackers and TC here again. Here we are, guys. It's been over a year. We have like 100. I got to see where we are on shows. We're pretty close to probably 100. Anyway, let's do a quick little giveaway. This will be for 250 MORBS tokens. If you could put in your $ MORBS into the comments when people get in here, and I'll spin this in a little bit. But we're waiting for Roman Punks as well. I'm not sure if they're going to pop in or not. I was hoping that they would, but maybe they aren't. So we'll have to see. But let's start off with Timetraveler. Timetraveler, what is up, man? It's been a long time since you've been here.
Yeah, as we see where the whole year is in the bear market, numbers are getting scarce, but we're still here. Not only us, also the people who are making games. I believe also the wax has oriented in the recent months, also with the renaming of their studios, very much to the games. Games are the main point where they are building. But games are not everything that wax is. I've pointed at the last time they were asking around, what is it? Because you have a lot of more, for example, Sublime, who is here with us tonight, is doing a totally different approach. Music NFTs, releasing new releases, getting older ones on, making actually a record label online, not just online like you have it now, but have it all there in blockchain, not just in some cloud where the people can own it. You have a really different approaches on the NFTs. As you see from today's doc with Pixtalgia, I still prefer pixel art, back to 80s nostalgia and stuff. Other people prefer other things, but wax is way much more than games. That's the point. But wax is also the classic problem. The price is still low. People, especially artists who want to gain some from their art, there is nothing to discuss about it if the people want to earn. But they have the problem to actually get some gains here on wax. So they're floating around. We have, me and you have tried on different blockchains. I've done it also on the other blockchains, but other blockchains show problems that wax hasn't showed yet. The experience with Solana last time, that must be a nightmare to owners of those NFTs. I mean, our boat still hasn't showed leak, but they have shown great leaks. The second thing was with BNB, which was totally You don't expect such things, but really you don't expect to happen it to the major players, and where it influences the whole scene. The whole scene is fragile of one or two projects where people invest money, like the bullshit Luna, and then you see shit happening and everything dropping down. So we are doing somehow well. We are still developing this scene. There are not people who were there in maybe so active in 20 and 21, but there are people who are active now, releasing their job. And there is a lot of new projects. I don't actually follow them all or see them all, what Crackers is writing about. So it's not so bad as it seems when you look at the numbers. That was my point.
You're right. You know, and with other blockchains, you know, and stuff happening. I mean, Solana, BNB, Luna, I think was the catalyst to all this. I mean, when Luna messed up, it just brought so much bad press to the entire.
It was a rug pull on fucking Epic.
It was.
When $14 billion washed out of the market within 24 hours, no matter what.
Exactly.
And then we were already on the way to a bear market. But,
we were. and it just made things worse. And then plus you got so many repetitive rug pulls, like one after the other, with in the millions that got the press. So it brought even more of a weird, FUD to the whole entire scene, and it sucks because there's a lot of people out there developing real things and not trying to rug pull people. So it's frustrating.
There is a game coming out on Wax. If you remember Pokemon games where you look down, I played a demo of it this week. It's up there with Pixitalia kind of stuff. Wow. It's a above version instead of the sideway winder.
Yeah.
And it's for what the demo I played of it looks good.
That's awesome. And is that released already? Is that released yet?
It's just a beta.
Yeah, it's online. It's online. You need a beta player, and you get into it. Beta players are cheap, like I don't know, three wax and half. I just
this is free with them. This is free. This is Pixel Mini. Pixel Mini. Have you talked to him?
Okay. Pixel Mini. Yeah, we just followed us today. Yeah.
Let's take a look at Pixel Mini. It's called Pixel Mini.
Yeah.
Have his thing. I don't think you'll have a problem with sharing the link to his demo. You can actually, if you want to pull up on the screen.
Yeah. Send me a link. I'm trying to find it right now.
Yeah. What we were talking before, there are not only rug pulls. When you look at the link I posted there in the chat on YouTube, you have Web3 is great. It's a page that is actually following all the rug pulls, all the ways.
Oh, hey, Timetraveler, before you get. Can you put that link in the private chat? Because I don't know if it will show up in the YouTube because of the stream.
Right away, yeah.
And then I'll share it from there. Yep.
It's a Twitter, it's a web page, and you have articles which are written short, but which have the main things that are to be known about the projects, why they fail. Because not everything is rug pull. Some things really are technical, but they bring up the same effect as rug pull. People stay without their property, or the property lowers down 95 or 99%.
Right.
Everything is a Ponzi scheme, exit scam, or a rug pull. It don't matter who you ask. They don't understand that we are living in a world that is all this is Kickstarter projects. Look at it like Kickstarter projects. Some of them go, some of them has good ideas, some of them had good ideas and a good team and never did anything or could go through with it. There is a lot of things in it, but there is also a lot of just scammy rug pulls and
and there are different things because this site is actually getting approached on, I believe, a lot of different subjects, from Kim Kardashian to projects that are a bit more for the people inside blockchain and not so much those outside who just want to make a quick buck, flip some NFTs or crypto and get rich,
Right, exactly. Yeah, I mean, this is great and it's good to have the knowledge that's popping up now too. I mean, even there's a lot of different things kind of looking out for things, but also with the rug pull, touching back on the rug pull thing, that's one thing I think people need to define a little bit better too, because people are throwing that word around way too easily on a lot of projects that are actively doing stuff, so it's weird to hear that all the time, so it's, when I'm talking about rug pulls, I'm talking about the real like evil ones that came out of they sold out and everything was down by the end of the night and they left, that's a rug pull to me, People that are still working hard are not rug pulls. I'm like, it's a hard business. 90% of most businesses fail. So it's you got to kind of keep that in mind. Anyway, let's go back to. Sorry about that. I just wanted to interject.
Right, I just sent you have a look at that link there in the private.
Pixel Mini.
For some reason, I can't get into my Twitter on my laptop for some stupid reason.
Let's see if it's loading.
So it's ASDW to move up and down. You shouldn't have to do it. You should just load into the screen.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Well, that looks cool.
So just going to log in.
I just want to get. I want guest. Oh, here we go. Oh, this is cool. Oh, this is cool.
RuneScape clone.
So this is only a test demo. But if you see what I mean, if you remember playing Pokemon when you were younger, or even Golden
Axe, it's the same.
I would put it as RuneScape instead, but
yeah, this is really cool. Let me put this up, guys. So this is Pixel Mini. Let me put in the YouTube chat for people to go check out. Feel free to go check out Pixel Mini here. I'm gonna move around here. What's I can't shoot or anything.
No, it's literally just the beta of it. So
that's awesome. It's looking cool. That's
So
cool.
it's not even available. It's a test tree level.
Now, are they going to have this? So the characters are like NFTs that you'd be buying. Is that how they're going to set this up?
Yeah.
That's really cool.
I have been talking to him. I'm talking for about a few months now, and he went quiet. And then all of a sudden, he dropped me a message there about 2 weeks ago, and I missed it. And then I only seen it the other day.
Yeah.
And I hopped in. I was like, "Oh fuck me, this is good."
Yeah, it looks great.
This is like, you remember, this is probably what, Game Boy level.
Yep.
Yeah.
But if you put it, the two best games on Wax aren't finished games, but they are actually physical games.
Yeah.
Are probably this and Pixitalia, which is the 3D platformer, and that. There's no other, like, I mean, we do have Alien Worlds, which is a click game. We have our mighty BCB that was going to solve the world's problems on Wax, which is, what is it? It's a click game.
I was waiting for Exit Limbo. I thought they would be the first ones to come out with like a proper 3D platformer type, like
they are
game linked to NFTs. I think they're still working on it. Yeah, but
they are releasing a game. They had a game, or they have a game up on Steam from before they got into crypto. And
exactly.
They will be making a game.
And they're Italian as well, by the way.
With their crypto, with their NFTs. And
my neighbors.
But for real games on Wax, what about Force Arena? What about Puddle Gods?
Yeah, Force.
What about games that actually is playable but nobody plays?
Yeah,
that's true. That's true too. You know, that seems to be kind of a little bit of a conundrum in Web3 gaming, is that you either have people that just want to make money, they see the money aspect of it, and you have other people that want the gameplay mixed in with money. And so
I think there's some points as well, like, you know, for example, not that I want to say anything bad about it, because I still think it's okay, but you know, like things like Gnome series, who, you know, I invested a lot of time and money into originally, and then they kind of just go stagnant a bit, and you kind of think, well, are you guys doing anything? You know, this. I mean, I know that they've got the 3D world coming soon. They keep saying it's coming, so I'm presuming that there's the 3D Gnome world is coming shortly. Do you know what I mean?
I'm still waiting for Pokemon Go. Yeah, and Pokemon
as well. I mean, where's Pokemon?
Pokemon Go, like the thing Nick showed was like a little walk around Pokemon Go game where you could hunt gnomes, and like I have 3 or 4 lands and stuff, and now he's building.
That's it.
What is it? Landbox.
Landbox.
Yeah,
that's the one.
There's Landbox.
TC's going to say he's heavily invested in Landbox.
TC, are you heavily invested in Landbox?
I'm in Landbox. Yeah, I am. Yeah.
One thing I want to ask TC right now is, what the hell with mining network yet again, dude? What was that pump?
That's what happens. Like, that's what happens when there actually is tokenomics behind the game. I've been trying to say this for a long time. If they tried to follow what I saw the first time they launched, this was going to be successful. It's going to
me too.
It's going to make a total look like zoom out on the Bitcoin chart and look at what BTK have been doing.
Right.
It goes way faster because we are playing a simulation game. Sure. But it's following Bitcoin, it's following Litecoin, it's following like LTK is following Litecoin, BTK is following Bitcoin. ETK is a little out of the subject because it's like still inside their game only, but they're doing shit there.
Hey TC, this might be a question for you. What's the best card to get into mining network?
What's the best card?
I'm thinking the best thing to get. What, miners? What do you guys start off with? What's the way to go about it?
The best thing to get will go in and get some BTK, and you would need at least 50 BTK to buy a pack. So need to check out if the new packs, we are at class 9 packs, if they are cheaper on the market than 50 BTK. If they are that, buy them on the market. If they're not, buy them in game. Open those, upgrade those, and get started. Don't buy any lower class miners unless they are fucking cheap.
Yeah, I've found the best strategy right now is mining.
Out.
Yeah.
Because I know you loaded up in the beginning. You were there right off the gate, and
I think 2 hours after it launched.
Yep. He was all over it. Have you checked into that, Time Traveler? Have you looked into my network at all? Do you play any of those games? Time Traveler? Did you get me? I don't know if you hear.
Oh, Time Traveler. No, I really quit playing games somewhere at the end of the 90s. So I played a bit of Alien World.
When you're in your 90s or in the 1990s?
1990s.
This guy. No, wait, wrong. One second. This guy right here. Wait, where's my pointer? I'm near this guy.
Yeah.
Is there no games that would interest you to see on the Wax Timetraveler for you?
Actually,
I have to play this game.
Actually, I did play Alien Worlds for quite a while, but then it became so much work that I sold everything and bought myself a nice new computer and stuff like that. Really, to be honest, when sometimes you have to sell, and the games were the things to sell. I do flip some art. I earn a lot on certain pieces. But most of the time, I'm not trying to earn. So this was an opportunity. But back to games, I played a bit of Pixtalgia from the Italians you mentioned before, because I love the 80s platform games. It's more like nostalgic things. Yeah. But to really get into games, I really don't have time. I have a lot to do with the giveaways, and my son is preferring games. He's playing Minecraft a lot and stuff like that. So I feel there are people who should play games, but I am behind past that.
Now, I'm curious also, like, because you're more into the art scene, and that's how we kind of associated ourselves when we met, and I definitely get that. How do you look at art in the future of NFTs? Like, do you think it keeps growing with NFTs? Do you think the utility side of things is coming in too strong? What's your opinion on that?
I believe NFTs are the platform. So a lot of stuff is coming through this platform. It has technical limits, but I especially love that people who are developers are actually developing things like WaxDAO, for example, giving other tools. Sometimes a little bit of code can mean a lot to people, for example, to check rarity. Who has the time to check, for example, Schnazzy Girls or yours? You did. Sure. I really don't have the time to check it all. Yeah. But if you have a program, that's what computers are for.
Well, I mean, we were doing like manual token drops every week. Do you know what I mean? I was going through spreadsheets every week.
Oh my gosh!
Sending tokens to people, and I mean, you imagine after I got to about 12 or 15 releases, and I've got this spreadsheet that's just growing like this, and growing like this. Right. And then WaxDAO turned up. I'm like, they were like my, like my godsend. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because then I could just transfer it all over there, and it's all automated. So.
Yeah, so we just build our own multi-sending tools instead, because none of the other ones wanted to give us access for free. So we just build our own.
Yeah.
Right.
But that is the sign of independence and of scene, building your own tools, making releases, people coming, people going, people staying. That's everywhere in the art scene. Yeah. Actually, in the long term, in the long run, people are also collecting, because sometimes I'm scared that there are only promoters and artists. But then when I look around and I see people, I don't know, not just those who enter giveaways for the free stuff, but also collectors.
Sure.
It is alive and it keeps moving. But actually, the Timetraveler, as it sees in the future, the games, they will find their own way to monetize things, and NFTs are giving them a nice platform. The artists are having a great art. Actually, people did sell millions, billions of stuff in NFTs already. So it's not a question, it's if it comes back. The question is where it comes back. Can we implement it anywhere? Like Simon does it, because I say when it's multimedia, it gets a little bigger range as your AR releases, Nifty. The same thing. But
also at the same time, music takes a longer time to gain value than say art does, for example. You know what I mean? As well. So I've always been in it for the long term, for that reason, because it has to be for the longer term, because nothing.
Simon,
my music NFTs might not become valuable for another 8 years yet. Right. You know what I mean? Or 7 years, but eventually they will. You know what I mean?
Isn't that the same with art? Like 90% of all real artists in the world, art got valuable after they died.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
like
on
more.
the blockchain, like your kids and your kids and so on can actually make money from what you made today.
Sure.
Yeah.
Also go for your music.
Yeah,
Also
I mean,
go for
definitely. I mean, any major artist, I mean, the majority of them never saw any of that money. You know, they didn't make that money until it was far past their lifespan. You know, think of Picasso. He didn't really make it until his 80s.
Mom is getting royalties for Michael Jackson's song, but Michael was actually half of like in debt and stuff because he didn't get the money in time.
Yep, exactly.
You look at people like Michelangelo or Tesla, and you see they haven't made a dime. That Tesla that was from Balkan here guy, he died poor.
But
Now,
just want to throw a comment down to our YouTube viewers. Lisa is right. There is going to be a lot of views on stuff like WAG style in the future because it's not just centralized. I know it's a one-man army. It's him running it, but he don't want to control anything. He is running it. So in that quote, it's centralized, like make everything else we have on here, like websites and so on. But he don't want to control it. We can see NFT Hive. When Nifty Blocks made their embedded marketplace, NFT Hive said, yeah, that's fine. But here you go. Here's a template for a full marketplace, not an embedded marketplace.
Yeah.
So they just released their secret sauce to people. So now everyone can go out and build their own NFT Hive, Atomic Hub, Nifty Blocks.
Right.
Yeah.
But that is the problem, because before that you had people who have to use tools. I've been playing now that I had Corona a bit with AI art. Hey, people, I did quite good pictures. If I would post them up, some people would buy it for a few wax. And it's AI. I just had to write a command line, actually, so that computer gives you something back. So actually, the assess, because I hear this complaint a lot, that the scene is... how would I say, very spread out, because there is a lot of trash, not only people who take something in the rug pool or copy somebody else's art, actually people who produce it with AI. And you got to ask yourself sometimes, was this done real or not? For example, if you have art like Cryptokumas, you don't have that question. But when you go into some art who looks like it could be made with AI, that's another thing that we will... would I throw hundreds of wax for something that somebody made with command line? I don't believe that's the point of art. It might look good, but I still believe on the human factor and the human.
That's a whole argument in itself, right? Because when it comes to AI art, like me, for example, I'm not an artist. I'm a developer. I'm a team builder. I'm a community manager. I do that kind of stuff. That's what I do. Yeah. I can paint stick figures if you're lucky. But AI makes it possible for me to set my thoughts, ideas, and maybe even a picture I've taken of something into the AI and then generate something from it that maybe gives me the possibilities. Or let's say that I didn't have hands, so I couldn't paint, but my brain is still really autistic. So I want to make something, and AI makes that possible. Is that then not art? Because I understand the conflicts, because I was a photographer back in the day before we went digital. So when we went digital, everyone around me was like, "This now it's not. We can't trust it anymore. It's not pictures. We can't trust it because you've had it in a computer. You can edit everything around, and how can we trust it's the real photo? It's still art. It's still photography. If I edit a little sun glare on this photo, it's still photography. It's edited photography, but it's still photography.
Yes, but computer gave you that, in AI, gave you that advantage that you didn't have if you have only a pen or a computer or a pen with to draw, because I can draw shit and I have never been good at drawing. And now with the help of this, I actually, because you look at the point of the market, which we were talking before, somebody who is not an artist has the tool to release NFTs that will get sold and will get the money out of real artists who suffer for their life. That's where I see this problem now. It's more about ethics maybe and moral, but I'm still on the side of the artist. That's because you have counted your functions before. I'm just a giveaway host. That's the only thing I do in this space. And I believe, I even won't release it or post it somewhere because I don't feel well about it. It's like, I'm not
I
the
mean, it's
artist.
also a stomach turner for me personally, because it's hard to figure out where to say it's all right. Because I can put 100 quotes into the AI and make some wonderful art. Is that just the AI making art? Or if I take photos and mix them into the AI art, then I also did something.
Yeah,
but
I suppose if it
where is the fine line between that?
I suppose if
it's
it
going to
comes,
be a hard thing to take, but we just need to, like, hopefully be able to trust artists saying, yes, I make AI art. No, I paint myself.
Yeah.
I think you
Yes,
actually
I
have
mix
to, you're going for whitelist, and you actually have to declare yourself as an AI artist, and you actually have to list the programs you use.
Mm.
I think they have changed it. Now, I have none against, there's some fabulous AI art, and there is genuinely,
There is.
Mike Tricks, Nifty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
My
mean, he's
tricks,
doing
yeah,
some
definitely.
AI, some of his artwork is fucking amazing. But
Yeah.
what's to stop me typing the same thing that Timetraveler's typed in? The two was meant the same thing. Both claim it is ours.
getting something else. Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Well, the other thing is too is that people are, with AI, especially, you're forgetting that AI is the last part of that procedure. So if you guys did type in the same thing, let's say, you're going to get two different results because
you're
AI
going to get
is
exactly.
And so because of that, the AI is actually the last art. The AI is the graphic designer you're going to, and he's coming up with your final solution,
Nice, that's actually a really good analogy, because, like, oh yeah, I have this idea, here's my sketch, here's my thing. Can you make this wonderful? Whoop.
Exactly. And instead of taking a couple days, it's taking 15 seconds. And
but if you're working with AI, I mean, I could put into the AI the same thing that you put into the AI, but it might come out with something different.
Totally.
You know what I mean? Because we're doing two different,
and
and that's the whole point. You know what I mean?
So whoever creates this AI say, well, hang on, this is my technology. You're gaining an advantage. You're making money off my technology. I want 10% or 20% off that.
That's actually part of this too. So some of them, so I found out, like Midjourney, they actually do own the rights of theirs, but Stable Diffusion doesn't. It's open sourced, I guess.
Yep.
And also because Stable Diffusion allows you to upload your own imagery. So like I could take, like I did it the other day to test it out. So I have these little 3D space alien things I made. So I put one picture in, and then it made all these variations of it from that picture, and it looked as if I made those other variations. And so at that point, you're kind of like, well, this becomes a very gray area of like, well, I put the original art in, but at the same time, I would have never created those variations without the assistance of the AI. So who's the artist here? I don't know.
It is a hard line to find, and it's something that we probably can't say for now because we're too early. Like, again, talking about AI, then we can go to full lengths. What about robots? What about when they get sentient? What about giving them rights? We already have Sophia that has human rights.
Exactly. Yeah.
Citizenship, not human rights.
Sorry. No. I'd say art is different from the things you have counted now, because the robots have a very skilled, very logical function that is placed.
Well, they have a brain, don't they? They have a replaced brain or something that's programmed.
They don't have brain. They have memory and programs.
Memory and
have brains,
obviously.
and nobody.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
But nobody else owns brains.
Your brain is wired like the CPU and the PC. It's just another format. Like it's liquid and brainwave. It functions exactly the same way as a CPU.
But don't forget, man created computer, not computer the man.
Integrated man, obviously.
Are you sure about that?
I believe. I am. Michelangelo told me about it, but it's a long story.
Then explain one thing to me if you're sure about that.
Maybe the computers came first.
Humans has DNAs of apes and reptilians, but the closest living species to humans don't have the reptilian DNA. I'm not so sure that we invented.
But there's reptile people claiming Americans claim that there's real reptile people. There's videos to prove it.
Well, remember the old Series V? Do you remember the old?
I used to love that show.
That was the one. I used to love that show, man.
Yeah.
V. Yeah.
We're going a bit off course here, lads, I think.
Now,
we're just veering into tinfoil hat area.
Now, how about this? Now, this is another one. So you got people also like, Nick Tantio, he's a developer. He's also a writer. Yeah. Now, how about an author? Now, what he's doing is that he's putting his writings into AI, like full pieces, like paragraphs, a real actual writing that's now creating the imagery that he's using for some comic books. Now that's a whole nother thing too, because then that's a very unique like it's almost like he's programming the AI a certain way. So isn't that another art?
Well, surely there would be.
I think it's art. Sorry.
Surely there's systems where you can have a microphone and you can talk your words into this AI generator that generates the image on your screen. So in that respect, if he owns the rights to the poetry and he's speaking them words into something that's generating the image on the screen, then I would say that's wholly owned by him. You know what I mean?
Right.
I would. You know what I mean, personally?
And again, the AI makes the art. He generates the story. The story is amazing. The art fits pretty well, even though it's made in this weird fashion that he gets the AI to make the art, and then he generates the story afterwards, and that somehow fits in really, really well. So far, what I read is amazing, and I have a hard time saying it's not. Like, it's a really good comic or a novel or whatever you should call it. It is.
It is.
Yeah,
and I think it just enhances the story for him. But at the same time, I totally understand Timetraveler's point, though. Because that's the main argument with AI is that as a real artist, like I went to art school, I've done paintings, all that kind of stuff. It's like there's a whole process, like almost like a technique you have to learn to do it. And for an AI program to do it, you just go, hey, make a soup can look like Picasso drew it, and it will literally make a perfectly made Picasso of a soup can, and so it's just learning from what it sees. So it's so different. And I don't know. I think this will be an argument for years to come, about AR.
But again, how smart would you be if we could connect you directly to the internet, so you could take ideas of every picture, every video, everything on the internet like that? Yeah. Then you would probably have a lot more ideas when you're making art, or just be mind blown because your head can't tolerate that much information. Yeah. But the AI, depending on which one, has access to online databases. So it has billions of pictures and videos and quotes to go from.
Gotcha. Well, that then pull an image that has IP against it.
I don't know, because you can do that, because you could put like Chris Farley as Batman, and it'll bring you up a Chris Farley as Batman, dressed in Batman. So you bring up a good point. Like, where does that line start to be drawn as far as like branded, IP? Like, how do you deal with that if that starts to pop into AI? I don't know, man. That's
where you make sure that the AI don't it learns from it. It don't take the original pictures. So even though you take 14 pictures of me and throw it into the AI, AI will now generate something that looks like me, but not out from directly the real pictures, which then comes fan art, quote unquote ish.
Sure. A whole new realm of fan art for sure. That's just crazy.
Maybe we should. Because of the art, I just want to finish with Danish Crypto. Yeah. Maybe the things with NFTs will turn out as it turned with today's photography. So a small number of photographers still work as professionals with all their gears and are doing, I would say, daily job at newspapers. Some people are still artists with the photography and can sell it for hundreds or $1,000, Yeah. But most of the people who have, mobile phones in their pockets and do shoot photos might not be art photographers. They do photography, but it's not art.
Right.
So maybe it will turn in that way also with NFTs. When we are talking with all the AI, with all the stuff that is coming. Yeah. At the end, some people will still recognize the artist or brand it or promote it or whatever will happen, or he will flip 69 millions like Beatle did. At the end, there will still be artists who will be remembered through the next generations. That's all because an artist has much better start point than some CEO who can name only some college or some foundation after him. Artists are forever. That's what we humans like. That's why I was bitching before about AI.
Sure.
It's the humans we like.
Yep.
Yep.
I agree with that.
In all, it's like it's rap music, it's rock music. For some people it is. For some people it definitely aren't. Some people think it's devil sounds and stuff,
Right.
It sounds your taste.
It's a long discussion, and we're probably never gonna be agreeing on it because like we all see it from different points. But I see it from the old photographer myself, and it's hard. It's been hard to swallow for myself, like even the digital pictures. So this is also, but again, looking at it, I'm not an artist. I can make art now.
Right.
Yeah.
How about, hey, Punctavian showed up. Punctavian, how's it going, man? You walked into our AI conversation. How about throwing a little opinion our way about what do you think about AI art in NFTs or just AI art in general?
Word. Yeah, I've been lurking here the whole time. Nice to hear you all. AI art, it's fascinating what it can do. I've been watching and seeing some stuff that comes out, but for the most part, coming from a traditional art background, I think most of it is trash. And no, not there's anything wrong with trash, because trash art is fine too. But I think there's a lot of refinement that has to go on before this can become something that's going to just replace actual illustrators, because really it's like, I know a little bit about
replace. I don't think it would ever replace someone's drawings.
Exactly. I
think we need to identify what the actual skill is involved in AI. Do you know what I mean? Because then once we identify what the skill is involved, then we can identify, who's good at it and who isn't, and what is real AI and what isn't real. What isn't real?
I mean,
what's trash and what's not trash.
Well, think of it like from your side of things, Sublime. I mean, imagine. I think AI is probably right around the corner from starting to create its own music. Everything's going to be done.
Yeah.
A full song's going to come out ready to go.
AI is making music out there. They're making wonderful music.
Yeah, I bet. Because it's going to be based off algorithms of hit songs. Like, hey, make me a hit Beatles song, and it'll write a hit Beatles song for you. I could see that happening. How would that affect the music industry at that point? Because now they have I saw they had some kind of AI rapper star that they have built. Like it's a 3D guy.
They have. But that's the same thing that pop.
So what happened?
Pop industry has been doing the same that you're talking now for 70 years. It's just getting into computer stuff. Before that, there were labels, there were scouts, there were A&R.
That's what I mean. We've been music has been artificially made for a long time. You know what I mean? Anyway,
interesting.
Yeah. All right. When I first started seeing AI art pop up, I would think, oh, this is novel, this is new, what's this? But then as you see more and more of it, you can start to identify what's AI and what's not. Like, so, eventually it reaches a critical mass where it's like, okay, the AI can only be this original because the AI is just using what people have created before and building off that and making different combinations, right? Same thing with the AI writing. I have a friend that I work with who does computational linguistics. Try getting the AI to write a book. It's like it's gobbledygook, really. Fortunately, with some of the music, with electronic music especially, you can put beats together and there's only so many beats you can do. It'll still sound okay, but how is the AI going to be original? That's my point of contention.
Yeah, that's the part where we start to have AI that is sentient. That's where it's going to be original. Because again, we already have AI. There's able to learn. It's just a matter of
the point where we don't exist anymore. That's what the point you're talking about. where everything is artificially run.
Exactly. We're going to be like that one movie where we're just sitting in like the floating chairs, moving around. That's all we do all day. We just float around.
Okay, but what do we collect then?
Exactly.
When do we collect them? Which collection, bro?
Exactly. Realize we're the collection.
Should an artist have to declare that he's using AI on his collection? So, does a project value different from what Nifty does with a pen to someone who goes in on a keyboard and types in dog, shit, horse? Sorry, it's the three words that came to my head. I'm not degrading AI technology. I'm just going to say is, where does the value come from? As in, because Nifty's put in 50 hours on one piece, and someone's come up 5 minutes, blah blah blah, got the piece, minted it. Who should is the beauty in the eye of the beholder? Or where does the value come from?
The proof of work argument. Good.
That's a good argument. I have no idea. It's in the regular art scene, it's like that too. It's like some people are valued more because it's like, oh, this guy took a year to make this, and half of it's with his own blood, sweat, and tears, literally, that he smeared on a canvas over the last year or whatever. Versus some guy.
Okay.
Then we become a proof of stake scenario. Instead, what is on stake here? What is your connections? How who did you get to push it out there? Because your proof of stake in the game has more to do than your proof of work making the art.
Sure.
So should AI art be one of ones then?
Yeah.
One of ones. I can make a lot of one of ones. That don't mean
no.
What
I'm just trying to say is because.
I mean, what do they call them? PFPs or something, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm sure they could. I'm sure now it's going to be. I mean, actually, you could probably make the AI do one piece and then load that into Stable Diffusion and make variations, and you could and you could make a PFP collection completely through AI.
Very easily.
Yeah. It might even be
an answer. Yeah. The work is the value. The art is the proof of the work.
Yeah, Santino. We had this discussion in Twitter Spaces over the last couple of days.
Let's do a quick giveaway really quick. Speaking of art, and I want Timetraveler sent this over. It's a Timetraveler on Pixtalia Wax. So this is going to be the one we're going to give away. We only have a couple people entered. Make sure you enter, guys, if you're in the YouTube chat by typing $MORBS. Let's see who the first one goes out to. Morton Matt D. All right, man. Yeah, all you got to do is hit me up on Twitter. It's scrolling down here below at MORBS15 with your wax ID. I'll make sure to get that out to you. And let's do another one really quick. Let's do another quick
MORBS. I also want to give one out. I haven't sent it to you yet. But my latest collab with Nightwolf. I have one extra in there.
So. Okay. This is going to be for a Nightwolf and Danish crypto collab. So let's see who's going to get this one. Morton Matt. Double
we have to look at a new way of doing the draws because this is just
this is the worst way ever. It's rigged every week. That's how we do it. Every week, man, it's rigged. It doesn't matter. We've been doing this show for a while now, and I swear to God, every week it's rigged. Every week. So it's like, it's sorry. We're sorry about that. We're trying to figure it out. We got to find it. What's that game again? Crackers?
That do the duck game.
Critter or something?
Critter callers, critter something.
Critter something. What is it? Critter.
It's Twitter. Bigger. There is.
I can't remember. It's a wax. It's a wax game. I can't. remember.
Yeah, it is. It's Gaz and someone else. I actually know them. I'll send a message to them during the week.
Yeah, we should do that, and then people can plug in and do the critters.
Also, Mars, why are you using a white themed Twitter?
Oh man,
destroying your eyes.
I'll fix that later.
Hey, that's what you're going to look like in about 20 years.
It was right there though. It's in the menu, and then
killing it.
I've just everything.
She cracked me up, dude. That's so hilarious. I'm just burning his eyes through the screen. So anyway, let's move on to Sublime. Let's talk about what you guys have been up to, man.
Yeah, I've been quite busy. I think last time I came on, I was talking about a pack that we were dropping, and that's now completed. Bit of a nightmare getting everybody together, because this pack has got, 5, 6, about eight or nine different people and projects involved in it. You know what I mean? So getting everyone together to get this pack done was a bit more intense than I thought it was, but we got there in the end. So that's dropping on Tuesday. So it's our first ever music pack drop. I mean, as Timetraveler was saying earlier, we're obviously music. We do things slightly different on Wax. I mean, but also the biggest point of us is we are a project that's really owned by our community, and we are collaborators. Do you know what I mean? So if we can't do something, then we'll find a project that wants us involved, and we'll do it that way. Do you know what I mean? So our gaming platform at the moment is the Galactic 123 gaming platform, and we're in this pack. There's going to be a few new gaming NFTs related to that game. We've got a couple of different collabs that that going in the pack. We've got 4 different artist music releases. We've got some promo NFTs that will be used for burning and blending events later on. All of the music releases stakeable at Waxdeo as well to earn SSN. Obviously, if you add to our liquidity on DefiBox as well, then you can earn wax on Waxdeo as well by staking that liquidity token on Waxdeo. We've been working with quite a few things, but mainly this pack, and it's a meaty pack. It's got lots of utility. So that's dropping on Tuesday in 2 sizes: a small pack, which is 6 cards, and a 13 pack and a 13 card pack, a large pack. Nice. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about.
Are your music NFTs available to play through the Tucker music player?
They did approach me originally about going on their music player, and I keep messaging I think it's Feddy. Is it Feddy?
Yeah, Feddy.
Yeah. I keep messaging, and I've messaged him a couple of times, but he doesn't respond to me. But so I don't think please, if we can, because the only player that people can really use is the raw player. I mean, to be honest, that's one of the good.
The raw player is awesome, but
which is missing.
The Tucker utility app, why not? If you can get in there, you should be in there. It's music. That's why they made the music player. So let's get you in there.
Thanks, man. Thanks. And I mean, I'm trying to work towards some. I mean, obviously, I believe that music NFTs should be appearing in things like Spotify now. There should be a section for music NFTs, which you click and you could see music NFTs.
Making that,
you know what I mean? So I want to sort of obviously looking for people that are working on things like that I can be involved in. Yeah. And this is the way that we've grown through collaboration. I mean, to be honest, we were talking about games earlier. I mean, I don't really have the time too much anymore to play games, but Sublime was built on me playing those games that everyone's talked about. Alien Worlds. I earned everything that I invested in Sublime came from them. Do you know what I mean? So, or money that I made by buying those tools. I mean, Alien Worlds and selling them later on for a lot more. Do you know what I mean? So when wax was worth more than it is now. Do you know what I mean? So
the good old days. The good old days.
We know.
I played Alien World for 2 years, man. It's paid for my land. That was $9,600 when I bought the land, and that was paid by TLM I made. Yeah, and now I have made my land back and have $20,000 in TLM. So basically, I made $30,000 for playing consistently on Alien Worlds. But it's not a game. It's or whatever. Like, and it's not a real fully interactive game. But people saying that it's not worth it is like they don't know what they're talking about.
Totally agree.
Earn.
Sublime Sounds is basically built. It's built on. Sublime Sounds was built as a long-term project. I built it to look after itself, and that's what it does. Anything I need is always there. Do you know what I mean? Now we're going into this pack drop because we have we don't make too much on our artist releases. We take 20% from each release, and most releases are we don't make a huge amount. So the other reason we create this pack drop because we need to make a bit of an earning. I'm a strong believer of any project has to. It has to make what it needs to run itself. Do you know what I mean? There's no point throwing massive loads of money into something because you're only going to lose it at the end when it all falls down. So you just let it. You've got to make it work for itself, and that's what Sublime does. Do you know what I mean? And even this pack drop, all the profits. We're sharing the profits of these pack drops with the 4 artists and Sublime. We're all taking 20% each. Might add the Sublime's 20%. We'll all go back into the project. We'll throw wax into the LP farm for people to earn wax. We'll spend some wax on doing some things on the web on our website. I want to have login wax wallet, show the SSN in your wallet, all that kind of stuff on my website. So all these everything is going to be plowed back in to make the user experience better and all that kind of stuff. So
and this is the pack here right now, right? And I just put
that's the big pack. That's the big pack. Yeah.
And I put the link into the YouTube chat, guys, for anybody who wants to go check this out. Is there what comes inside the pack? Can I send you an image somehow? Yeah.
How do I do that?
In the private chat, send me a link and I can bring that up.
I haven't got a link. I've just got the image. Oh, hold on. I can send you.
Or you can share your screen. You should be able
That's
to share
all
your
right.
screen.
I can send you the Twitter thing. It's all right. It's not
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
2 seconds.
Let's see.
I love his information technology. It is the
Twitter
Twitter thing.
Is this it right here? Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. That's the one. So
one.
that's everything that's really in the pack. We've got artist merchandise as well. So some of the super rare cards, which will be, Monster Vision has made like this really cool, actual, physical doll, like a the weed version of him. Do you know what I mean? And then you've got JRG's done some really nice T-shirts with his Favela Boys, which I think they're PFPs as well, aren't they? The Favela Boys thing, with one of those on with an SSN Favela Boy on it. You've got Abstract Dragon, who's got T-shirts. Samuel Booth's got coasters, and we've got key rings. Sublime Sounds T-shirts. So there's loads of stuff in this pack. Do you know what I mean? I wanted some redeemable stuff as well this time. You know what I mean? I wanted to give some physical stuff away. You know what I mean? So
that's awesome, man. Yeah. So go get them. They're over NFT Hive. Are you releasing on NFT Hive only on this one?
Yeah, the NFT Hive only. There's 3 versions of the drop. Let me send you the actual. Hang on a minute. Let me send you the link of the drop with.
Sure.
It's got all 3 on there.
Yeah, you have it in my tweet too.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. Oh, wait, I think he sent it right there. 1 second. There it is.
I've got it. Yeah,
there it is.
Yeah, that's it. So there's 3. So there's 3 drops. I mean, obviously, what I'm trying to do here is help some of the longer term people. So to our project. So if you hold 10 NFTs from our project, or you are a membership pass holder, then you can go into the SSN drop, and you'll get a big pack for like half the price. But you pay an SSN, but there's only 10 packs available for that.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So
so
there's that one, and then there's a small pack for 6 cards and a large pack for 13. The small pack is $10, and the large pack is $15.
That's a great price, man. That's great. You get a lot for that. That's awesome.
Yeah, and I mean, there's plenty in there, and I mean, there's even SSN NFTs in there, ranging from like 10,000 to 2 or 3 that are 500,000 SSN. So so there's lots of utility, loads of NFTs that will be used for blending and for burning later on to get SSN as well.
And then for the SSN NFTs, so to redeem them, what do? Just send to a burn wallet? Or
I mean, the instructions are on the redeemable cards, but you just come into my Telegram group, send me a message, or even on wherever social media you can get me on. Send me a message, and then you just at that point I'll ask you to send that NFT to me for burning. And then obviously in the memo with your address details and stuff, and that will be sent out. You know what I mean?
Awesome. Yet again, it's good stuff, Sublime. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. I love when you come
great
on.
arts is in there.
Yeah, it's some great stuff. That's an awesome pack. That's killer.
Definitely.
Yeah, so we got Monster Vision, which we've got hip hop, we got JRG's hip hop, we got Abstract Dragon, who I specifically asked to do some drum and bass for this pack, and he's done a really good drum and bass track. And then we've got Samuel Booth with another house track, Imagination. Now, all of those this time, what is different because they're not just single releases. There's 4 variants of each of these. You know what I mean? So, and there are only 2 signed copies of each release. Do you know what I mean? And they're in the pack, so you have a chance of pulling one of the signed copies. Do you know what I mean? Which will hopefully be, which are a lot rarer. Do you know what I mean? But there's the common ones, which obviously have a lot more. Then you have the mythic, then the limited, and then the platinum, and they're all sort of slightly different variations. You know what I mean?
Very cool.
In the videos or whatever. So,
awesome.
But they're all awesome. They're all awesome tracks, man.
All right, great guys. And then, like I said, I put the link here into the YouTube chat, guys. Go pick up one of these packs, man. That's a good solid deal. And they got some left, so go get them. It's a good price, man.
Well, they're dropping on the 18th at 12 o'clock. So even the pack that we give away today, you won't be able to open it until the 18th.
Until the 18th.
At 12 o'clock. Yeah. Gotcha. You can open them as soon as you've bought them. Do you know what I mean? I didn't put a delay on the opening or anything. So.
Right on. What were you going to say, Crackers? You're going to ask?
I was saying we must get Ben and Terry back on.
Yeah,
and is it Niles? Danish? Is it Niles? Is the other person part of the NFT Hive?
Yeah, Niels.
Ben, Nils, and Terry.
They are great guys. I have to
Terry's a
say,
part of fucking everything. Let's be honest. Terry's a part of fucking everything.
Listen, but they are great guys. They walked me through everything to do with this.
Oh yeah, no, we've had Ben and Terry
they were there
a few times.
Every time I needed something, they were literally there, and I needed them quite a few times.
So, there's probably some of the most engaged people in the community as far as like running a marketplace. Like they really listen to the artists, man. Every time I've engaged with them, it's like they're so responsive, man. They're just so willing to like make things happen, and not for a price, which is even better.
Same in Mike at Wax Day. You know,
Same.
you need anything at Wax Day, just pop a message. He's always back to me straight away. I mean, I think we were like one of the 5th projects that were on Backstage, you know what I mean? But ever since we've been there, he's just always, anything I need or any problem, he's straight on it. You know what I mean?
I just like it because, you know, he's enabling smaller projects to be able to do these things that, you know, for years, you know, I think Lisa posted earlier, I saw in the chat of, you know, everyone talks well about Mike. And I think it's mainly just because, you know, up until he showed up, I mean, unless Our Planet let you stake your stuff, it was impossible for you to do it.
I literally, guys, I have to say, I was on the verge of like, what am I going to do?
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Really, I was, because you know, I would have got to like 30 releases
building stuff like Mike was, but never anyone that got to release anything before he did. And what he did was, again, making stakeability and stuff, plus making your own token and all that, user level available. And it's good and it's bad. I love it because it makes everyone being able to do stuff. Now we don't rely on stuff like Our Planet, because when Wax started, if you got on Our Planet, no matter what, you would be successful, right? Because you could stake and get some tokens.
I mean, the only thing I worry about is what you
pay the rewards yourself, but you don't need to get in there in that little circle, put all that up to be there. And he did that wonderfully, and he has been trying to make it a DAO since the beginning. And that whole thing, again, just it's for the community. He wants to be able to run it and have a little bit of success, but he don't want to be the king of the marketplace and stuff. Like we only have a couple of things here on Wax that actually is so good for the community that even as a co-founder and stuff of my own projects, the best things on Wax is Wax DAO, Taco, and NiftyBox.
Yeah, it's and NiftyBox too. Just those are great guys too as well. You know, I think just a little bit of a different business model.
On making blending that available, now Mike has cut up their blending process, so now they are kind of lacking a little bit there. But I still love those guys. They've done.
Well, Danish in the background, we know NiftyBox are working on a new kind of coin, or they're working on adapting another coin into the system
coming up soon.
Well, they've just replaced their LP token, haven't they? Because it used to be called something, and I noticed one day suddenly it's changed, and I've seen
no, they're now doing it
a lot more.
Yes.
It's now based on Taco.
It's now based on Taco, and you get Taco rewards now as well.
Yeah, Taco's a great app too. I love Taco. Taco's.
I've been trying to get back on the show.
Those guys have done so much. Like, have anyone looked at the liquidity on Taco Swap compared to any other Wax market now? In the 2.5 months Taco Swap has been open, they have annihilated DeFi box, Alcor. The most liquidity for any token on Wax is on Taco Swap.
What were you going to say, Timetraveler? You're going to say something?
Yes, I had a question for Simon. Simon is from music business, and he understands the relations about artists and the arrangements and the releases and so on. So I had a question for him. How does he feel about that overload of collaborations between all the artists? And what could be the value of such NFTs, you know, because everybody is actually hosting everybody. And I think it's very good for promotion. But people who get into collecting and stuff like that might ask themselves, because I find that even with the collections, I do collect unlimitedly. Will I buy this color? What can I do with this color? How do you see? Because, you know, when we speak about electronic music and DJs, they're not collaborating a lot. Okay, forget David Guetta.
Artists generally don't like collaborating too much. Do you know what I mean? I mean, a lot of artists are very. I mean, obviously, I don't want to put artists down, but I mean, people are very in themselves. Do you know what I mean? Especially artists. Do you know what I mean? And
it's
and
not
you
that
can
they don't make
understand
as
that.
much money as you used to.
Exactly. There's that as well. And they're wary of obviously trying new things as well. Do you know what I mean? Which has been my challenge on getting musicians onto acts and getting them to understand what it's all about. I mean, luckily, I mean, obviously, I've got some relationships with some quite well-known artists, some artists that are quite up there, who don't even really care about it. They don't care about the crypto side of what I'm doing. They just said go. They just know me and they just said do it. Do you know what I mean? Let's release our stuff. Do you know what I mean? Do it. Just do it. I don't want to know about the crypto stuff. You manage the wallet. You do this. You tell me what I should do, when I should do it. I don't want to be involved. I just want you to release the music. Do you know what I mean? So there's that kind of mentality as well. I mean, I only come across people really who want to collab, who already know each other in some way, shape, or form. Do you know what I mean? And they're okay with collaborating. I mean, like JRG, for example, JRG and Monster are going to be doing a collab that's going to come out, a musical collab that's going to come out on our label soon. But there's not really. I mean, I've mentioned it to other artists. Like we've got an artist Nico, and we've got Samuel Booth, and I quite want to fuse some of Nico's funk music that he does with Samuel Booth's house music. Do you know what I mean? And I think that could create quite a nice flavor. But as for your question, I mean, what your question is, how are these collaborations?
Do they have any value? Because if you have music, you have.
I thought, well, yeah. I mean, I think they do. Yeah, I think they do. I mean, I'm trying to put music on everything that we do. Do you know what I mean? Because music is all about what we do. So even if we do like an art collab, like CryptoSwatch came to us and wanted to do those collabs. In actual fact, we're doing probably 3 or 4 a year with CryptoSwatch that are already sort of booked in. But he hadn't even thought about putting music on it. You know what I mean? And I'm like, well, let's I don't really want to put something out that doesn't have music on it. You know what I mean? Because that is what we're all about. We
reached out to the games, put music in them.
Sorry, say that again. Yeah. Now, in actual fact, like Galactic 123. I mean, they've got a system. I think he's lapsed on it a bit, but they had a system where you could in game, you could bring up a little wallet of your music and play your NFTs while you're in game. Now, if other games start to bring that into play, then that changes my projects quite dramatically because if now all our music NFTs can be played in game by people while they're playing the games, like you do on a PlayStation where you're on Spotify, you know what I mean? Then that's good. You know what I mean? Cool. But will they do it? Will games want to adopt that? Do you know what I mean?
I know one game that's looking for artists to create music for. Now, I don't know what type of music he's looking for. He's probably looking for probably 80s kind of.
But you see, this is the other way that our project can grow. You see, so we can use our artists to make music for other projects. And this is where we're coming from. And we have had a couple of people come to me and ask me about this. Do you know what I mean? And this is how obviously our project can grow because we can feed music to any project that wants it. You know what I mean? Yeah. I've got 14 artists, ranging from drum and bass, hip hop, and they're all producers. They all make music.
Where's the hard house and trance?
Yeah, do you know what? I'm working on some trance and some techno.
I tagged you I tagged you on Twitter that I want, and I think he probably would be. He could be twisted into coming onto crypto.
Well, right. Well, let's get him on board. I mean, even the thing is, all these extra services like me managing an artist's wallet and managing their crypto stuff and all that, I can do. But obviously, it has to be at an extra cost to the artist.
Well, how do you feel about him going? Yeah, Wax just took a massive dump again. It's now 7.5%.
That's what I mean. This is what I'm saying. I mean, this is what I'm saying. But I think we're in a good place at the moment because Wax is. I don't think it's going to go too much. I hope not.
It hit 7 cents.
Please no.
Wednesday? Was it Wednesday?
It did. It went down 7.
It went 7.
So, you know,
went
back over
down
8 now.
to 18,300 and then straight back up to 19,700. So,
well, you know, as Yaz said, the only way is up, baby. Do you know what I mean? So,
like I was here when wax was 3 cents. So
well, I was too. I mean, it went. I was here when wax was 3 cents, and I think 7 months later it was 92 cents.
Yeah, it's right.
$1. Yeah.
I don't think we're going to see 92 cents in the next 7 months. Sorry, I hate to break to you.
Yeah,
at least a year and a half.
But I think people thought the winter was gonna.
I didn't even pull out there. I'm not gonna pull out now. I'm building.
Yeah, no, are we? I mean, Sublime Sounds is going to be here forever to stay because Sublime Sounds looks after itself. And we're all about the music, and we've got lots of artists, and they will keep producing music. And as long as they keep producing music, we will be here. You know what I mean? So, and we will try to grow through other collaborations. And not saying anything, we're not building our own game at all, but we are going to introduce. I'm designing characters at the moment, which will be possibly utilized in a game soon. Right? Watch this space thing.
Morton Matt says dropping since Binance deposits went live. I love it.
You're right about that because they got onto the Binance US and they went live, and that actually happened exactly the same time. So
it did. So that might have been part of the reason.
It's all the US citizens now legally getting off with their wax.
Yeah.
So
finally, and then of course they got BNB got hit with that. What was it, like something like a $500 million or something?
100 million hack.
Something that happened.
Solana again.
Yeah, again.
600 millions. That's nothing for them.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, people. Come on, we're talking really big numbers.
Yeah.
What is more interesting me than the price of the wax, which is at the moment 8 cents, as I see on CoinGecko, is the circulating supply. Because the circulating supply is 2.2 billion and the total supply is 3.7 billion.
Yeah.
And if I remember right, I might be wrong, but probably I'm not. When I started, it was half supply on the market. So we are actually really not there. We are actually not at the end where we see how much, because you have big whales, you have corporations, because if you have Funko behind and everybody else, they probably won't let it drop like crazy, because it went down like crazy in when it was 1 cent and something.
Well, I think that's when it dropped. When it went up to 90 cents with one of the Funko drops. I think I can't remember which one it was. Oh, it was one of, or I can't remember which one it was. Though,
I wouldn't say we could say that it was Funko or any release on here that did it. We had a 2.5 year bull market where everything's
dropped.
And because of NFTs was a major hype all around this wax blockchain, which utilizes NFTs, had a lot of upsides as well.
Had a lot of momentum at that point.
But after that, you've seen every major blockchain suffering. And actually, we have been doing good. Yeah, we went down 90% from $1, but since then we have kept pretty stable. It needed to take a 20% drop in Bitcoin for us to hit 7 cents.
Yeah,
that's major. That means that we are no longer directly correlated, even though we are correlated.
It went up when investors heard passive income from our plan. That's hilarious, dude. That was a good pump. We all knew that when that pump happened, we were just like, okay, when's it going to fall? You know, like it was kind of, you know, what was going to happen. But I like you said, Danish, I think this is stabilized somewhat, you know. And
it has.
Crackers brings that up all the time. You know, we've stayed at that 9 to 10 cent, 8 cent, you know, area. We haven't really fluctuated too much. You know, it's like it didn't go below a cent.
We did hit 7.5 this week, right?
But Bitcoin went down 20% the same day.
It did. Yeah, but
at the 9 now.
Now, I'm also curious what will happen in the next couple of months, because traditionally November, October, the year is usually when things pump. So
exactly, winter. Everyone's waiting for the winter. Everyone keeps saying winter. When everyone's sitting at home and cold and no one wants to go out.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Not financial advice, but you're going to see the next bull run around 3 to 5 months after the next Bitcoin happening.
Yeah, you think so? Yeah, it might happen. And then you got Ethereum over there, which is switched over to proof of stake, and we don't know what the hell's going on with that. So that didn't seem to do too much.
Well, the last crypto winter,
I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
The last crypto
it's the
winter
first time in
lasted
crypto
3 years.
history that we have denied a fork, because everyone that has a little bit of technical knowledge can see that they didn't get consent. So they didn't have more than 51% saying yes to moving to proof of stake, which means that the blockchain forked once again. And every major exchange and coin tracker and all that just neglected that happened. That's the first time in crypto history we have neglected a fork like that.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah,
well,
it is, because
we'll see what happens. Yeah, it's like
there's legalization benefits. Like there is 2 of every Bored Ape out there now. There is 2 of like, and I understand why they didn't want to acknowledge that chain, but the fact that it's the first time in crypto history we have said no.
Right.
Like Bitcoin, Bitcoin, then Litecoin, then Bitcoin Gold, Bitcoin ABC, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin. All those forks they're there.
Yeah.
This one, nope.
Yeah, and it's also happening in this bear market, which isn't like, I don't think we've seen the total effects of anything until probably the next run. So we'll see. It's going to be interesting. And anyway, let's get over to Punctavian, because it's a little bit after an hour. So Punctavian,
I'm going to have to go because we're fucking dinner hungry and I am starving, lads.
All right, you eat it up, man.
I'll drop you a DM, Simon. I'm going to be hunting you about these characters you're saying you're building.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome.
And TC, if you catch me a bear, I want a bear hat. I want a skull with the bear ears. Like, I'm chatting to you actually about that. Do you remember the thing I sent you about would that work for you? That thing
the
I sent
Advent?
You?
What?
No. The Discord, the thing in Discord. Do you remember talking about your shop?
Oh, yeah. I think
NFTs.
Oh, yeah. That might work. That might work. I think I'm trying to figure that out. I'm talking to RAR also about having a checker, so I could check people's wallets really easily to see if they own stuff, so I could apply discounts inside the store and stuff. So
that's what I mean. You can do it the bounty block way. Just put the asset in and show the wallet's holding it.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay. Thank you, Crackers. All right.
Lads, I'm going to love you and leave you. Punctavian, I apologize for running, but I'm fucking starving and I'm just going to get hangry.
All right. So while he goes, we're going to talk to Punctavian and close this puppy out. What have you been up to, Punctavian? It's been a while, my friend.
It's been a while. I think the last time I was on, wax was nearly 90 cents.
Yeah. It's been a while, man. You guys have been at it. This is one of the projects that's been around for a while now, guys. It's one of the better projects on Wax and also on Ethereum. What else are you guys on?
We're on Polygon. We're also going to be on the Sandbox marketplace.
That's right.
Soon.
How are things in the Roman Punks world? What's been going on?
Building, Roman Punks wasn't built in a day, right? We're not really paying too much attention to the ebbs and flows and the vicissitudes of the markets. It is what it is. All across the board, things are down, regardless of which blockchain you're looking at. So we're just building our IP. Roman Punks is a world-building project first, before it's a crypto project. It uses blockchain to store the IP, to verify the IP, to build the community, to get us some sales and liquidity to continue our project. But it's about building these stories and these characters, because at the end of the day, Roman Punks is a cyberpunk science fiction alternate history universe comprised of 1,000 core characters. They all have names. If you click on characters there in front of you, Nifty,
yes. There we go.
You can see the characters get created as we go. And so we've just been building all this IP out. Every character has a unique backstory. It's not a generative collection. Every piece has been hand drawn. And so they all have names, they all have origin stories. And this is all leading into the further development of comic books and story arcs that can be used in different video gaming experiences, which we're starting with by building on the Sandbox. So yeah, there's a lot, we've just been grinding away and doing the writing and creating the characters and also building assets on the sandbox as well. So we're kind of in the middle of things right now. Nothing really launching to notify you all about. I just heard Crackers asking for people to come on the show, and I'm like, oh, it's been a while, so maybe I should come on and just give you guys an update, see what y'all are up to. But
and I love that you do that, man. We love hearing updates. I mean, because that's part of it too. Is that it's not just about discovering stuff. I like to see projects sustain and be able to have some success, and be able to kind of come back and talk about their grrowth, which is awesome.
Thanks.
And one thing I've always loved about you guys is the lore that's attached to all this stuff. I mean, who does the writing? I know that I believe it's is it your wife or?
I do the writer. My wife does the artwork.
Yes.
For the most part, yeah. So she's the artist. I'm the writer. It's all steeped in history as well. Like it's alternate history. So it uses events and characters and people from real history, and then superimposes all of these fictional characters in them that also involve time travel. The whole general idea is that there was an interdimensional portal that opened up and it spawned a whole bunch of other ones. And so there's characters that have ability to hop and go into different dimensions. And so there's all this, there's different story arcs. Like there's one in the 28th century. There's a dimension that is kind of ruled by the Amazon female warriors. They run everything. And so they've been going into the past to find good fighters and bringing them into their gladiator cyber arena. And so that's what we've been building on the sandbox. Is we've built this Coliseum on the sandbox where once the sandbox is able to do PvP, we already have the arena set up. We're building the characters, the weapons, the wearables, so we're just preparing for that launch for PvP in the sandbox. When that will come, maybe, not even for a year, maybe 6 months. We don't really know. Yeah, if you go to our Twitter, you'll see on the pinned tweet, that's just it gives you an idea about what it looks like on the sandbox and how the characters evolve into 3D like that.
How many different characters are you putting on the sandbox? All of them? And how many is that going to be total?
There's 1,000, eventually all of them, but because it's not generative, this was our thing from day one. We didn't want to do any generative art, and we wanted to create it all by hand. And so, obviously that takes more time. Yeah. But that's what we're building, and we're not in a rush to do it because, this is just our passion project. Sure. The wife and I. So, that's what we're working on. Roman Punks.
Awesome. I love it, man.
Let me find you a link so you can see what the Coliseum looks like.
Yeah, that'd be great. And this is the OpenSea collection. This is a Polygon collection, correct?
Yeah, that's the Polygon collection. These assets, once the Sandbox Marketplace, I have a meeting with them in a couple of weeks to get on there. But once we're able to get these assets on the Sandbox Marketplace, as well as all the wearables, then everyone who owns one in this collection will be airdropped the real Sandbox collection. So this is just a temporary stopgap measure until we're on the official Sandbox Marketplace.
Awesome. Looks really cool. These are great. How'd you guys build this all in voxel? I'm assuming.
Yeah, in Vox Edit, which is actually it's a proprietary app that the Sandbox uses. They have there's two apps. There's Vox Edit and Game Maker. So you build the assets in Vox Edit, and then you build the space in Game Maker, and then you just put the assets on there.
Awesome.
Let me just send you this link in the chat here, and you can see sort of a video of what the Cyber Coliseum looks like on there.
Yeah, that'd be great. Let me see right there.
Yeah, we're also still building on Wax, of course, too. I know this is a Wax show, so we haven't been neglecting our Wax collection. We've been building all the character cards on Wax, and we don't have the detailed plans for how it's going to work yet, but we do have in our mind how there's a card game that we have conceptualized that we want to use the Wax blockchain to build that out. And so really that's why, building all the IP on Wax and all the NFTs and the characters in our Wax collection is important for us, for when we do get to the point where we're building that. But just for us now, the sandbox, just because of the 3D world that we're able to easily construct on there, and the audience that's already there to see it, that's where we've been focusing our efforts in game development currently.
Very cool, man. And who did all the building of this? Did you do the building on the Coliseum?
It was a team. Yeah, we had a hired gun. We also have some community people participating as well. Nice. I've also been doing some building, and I'll stream on Twitch and nice. Build stuff as I stream it on Twitch. The cool thing about the sandbox ecosystem is that there's a lot of cross-community collaboration, because all the games or experiences that are going on the sandbox, they all are on the same ecosystem, so they can work together.
Gotcha.
So it's not like, you feel like you're in competition with other projects. And so there's a lot of collaboration that goes on in the sandbox by saying like, okay, well, we have this Coliseum that we can use, at the battle arena.
Yeah.
Well, we can use other people's spaces and have different battles and different venues for their battles happening, and it's all working together in the same ecosystem. So that's one advantage.
Yeah, this is great, man. This is great. And hey, TC, I'm curious. Now, Landbox, does it look a little bit like that? I haven't really played around with Landbox.
A little bit, just a little bit.
A little bit. Have you guys looked into that at all, Roman Punks? At all, like using Landbox as well?
My initial, when I first saw Landbox, my first thought was, "What is this ripoff?"
Yeah.
Because they basically took the same name, they just changed a little bit, and even the images, it's the same voxel 3D. So the skin of it looks like it's just a direct copy.
Sure.
I mean, of course, when you dig more into it, you see, clearly it's built on the Wax blockchain, so there's a completely different ecosystem there.
Yeah.
But that was my initial thought, is like, well, what is it? Like, is this a ripoff, or are they just, and it seems to be that from some of the circles that I'm in, there's some negative thoughts about it, with respect to that. But I'm not sure what the opinion of this group is. So I don't know enough.
I don't know anything about it, honestly. I just when I've seen Landbox pop up, I always go to Sandbox, and I'm just curious, like, how people using it, like what their experience is, because we have.
Well, I think Landbox is being listed on Steam next week, so.
Oh, it is. Oh, wow.
I don't know if that's gonna, but not as like a crypto. It's just you're gonna be able to play the game on Steam. You're not gonna get crypto from it.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about like Sandbox uses Polygon. Does it also use Ethereum? Those are the two main ecosystems over there, correct?
Yes.
And
Polygon they're converting everything into Polygon.
It seems like Polygon's getting a lot of play too on that, because now also Epic Games, they have Core. Now, Core is like a platform you can build 3D games with that are pretty impressive, pretty AAA looking. It's kind of like a plug and play kind of thing. And they're using Ethereum, and I think Polygon's next up on that. It's curious that Polygon's kind of making a move now. Polygon's kind of been sitting there as like the redheaded stepchild for a couple of years, but now it's starting to make some moves, which is nice.
Yeah. I mean, the Polygon NFTs, there's not a lot of movement in that area, but Polygon being used as a tool in gaming ecosystems certainly looks like there's a lot going on there.
Yeah.
I mean, at least in the sandbox, especially.
Yeah.
There's tons going on with Polygon. All the assets are being converted into Polygon if they're not already, and the land itself has been migrated over. So yeah, you can stake your sand if you have sand token.
Yeah.
You're staking it basically through Polygon on their system. So
nice. I'm curious, Dennis, from your developer side, what do you think about Polygon?
Yeah.
There you have it.
I think it's a good thing that they finally have some use case, because that, again, after Ethereum moved to proof of stake, that basically cut off the legs of every second layer blockchain that was made to take off the load of Ethereum. So it's good to see that, and I see like Unstoppable Domains has migrated theirs to Polygon, so now you can update your Unstoppable Domain without paying $50 every time you need to do something, which is amazing. So now it's like free or cost like a penny. It's way better for that matter. I'm still gonna like look at it with. Not sure it's going to survive in the long run because it was a chain made to take the load off another chain that don't need that load off anymore. So I don't see the longevity in it unless they change something, but they already seem to be changing things. But again, we have 6 other second layer solution chains. There's also doing the same thing. So which one is going to be the one? Everyone says that's Solana, and Solana has been doing good things, but it's the most centralized blockchains we have in the space. So I really don't think that that's a good solution personally. But
well, and more it seems that for the projects out there that are successful, they're going to be successful, are the ones that tend to be more agnostic about the chain they're using. Clearly, you need to be able to move around. And the Sandbox did that with moving from Ethereum to Polygon. Well, if Polygon ends up, going the way of the Dodo, then they'll be able to move
it along
back to Ethereum or somewhere else, right? So, I think that's like to have a blockchain like Wax specifically that is focused, like knowing what they do and being very specific about what you do is important, so that you can identify yourself as a specific niche. Not just try to do everything at once.
Yeah, the blockchain to do everything. Like we have a blockchain system on here that can do everything. Like EOS is the DeFi lending protocol, the one you trade. Then we have Tellus. There is like digital storage and IPFS hosting and all kind of thing, and that works great. Then we have Wax. There is NFTs and games, and then we have Proton. There is real live voting, like government voting system they're trying to build, and all that from a chain that actually can do everything, but they don't need to put everything on the same chain.
Right.
But after the Antelope update, now we can take our Wax and send it over to EOS, and we can take our EOS and send it over to Tellus, and we can take our Wax NFTs and send over to EOS and Tellus, and so now we have interoperability on the chain, which gonna change everything. But again, everyone that follows me on my Twitter and stuff can see that my Twitter profile only shows a couple of coins that I actually support. And I've been in the crypto game for like 10 years now. So I've been everywhere, basically. There is, of course, some newer chains I haven't had the time to play around with because I've been focusing a lot on Wax for the last 2 years. But the majority of chains before that I've tried and I've seen, and 90% of them can't do what they set out to do. And even though there's more value in those chains, I'm gone. Like if they can do what they set out to do or near and even trying to fix those problems, I don't care. It seems weird for people when I say it, but I'm not here for money. I make enough money in my normal life, but I love being here. So
I'm saying
if it don't work, I'm not here. Like I don't want to use music torrenting if I couldn't download the files. Why should I use a music torrent downloader? Like it don't make sense to me. And there is a lot of chains out there that can do what they say they can, and there is a couple of chains that actually can, but they don't get any like views because the people are too fed up with their maximalism and stuff. And I was here when Ethereum was $150. Yeah, so was I. But Ethereum don't work. Like,
oh my gosh. Well, there you have it. Well, but so Roman Punks. So what's going to be your next release then? For you guys, what do you guys have anything in the works right now? Anything in the plans?
Yeah, we do have, like I mentioned, the inevitable launch of the Roman Punks VX collections on the Sandbox marketplace.
Okay.
But on Wax, we are releasing our Fighter Pack Series 2.
Nice.
In December. So that will have 200 unique templates, more than 200 unique templates in it. And the fighter NFTs that come with it are part of the streaming games that we do on Twitch.
Nice.
That we will be starting up again next year with a new format.
Yeah.
So we're going to be launching that in the month of December. Maybe we can do a giveaway of one of the
man.
Definitely. The NFTs.
Come back on, man. That'd be great. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I sent them to your.
You sent them to
Atomic Hub
already. Which one did you? Oh, to my old wallet. That might be on my other wallet. Let me see.
It was in the NiftyBC wallet.
Oh, it was. Oh,
NiftyBC.
M.O.R.B.S. NiftyBC M.O.R.B.S. There it is. Yeah. And there they are. Here we go, guys. It's that time. It's time to roll the dice. Let's see who's gonna get some. All right, let's go. Let's go.
So the gold ones are legendaries.
I'm going to throw out a legendary.
Two legendaries, then. Let's see who's the lucky winner.
Here he goes. How do you say that?
M.O.R.B.S, yes.
And then it's Min 4.
Okay.
Everyone that knows me right now knows that this tickles inside of me. I want that. It's
okay. I'll give you guys a couple seconds. If you haven't put $ MORBS into the Twitter chat, $ MORBS. And we will see who will get this. Okay, $ MORBS. Here we go. We're going to go. And who's going to get it? This is for a legendary. Brody B. Brody B. You have won. Say it for me.
M.O.R.B.S.
Thank you. All right, there we go. You got that one. Let's give another one away. Let's do Vin.
You should do the two. You have two elves instead. You have two legendaries and two green ones.
Okay, here we go.
The green one now.
Yeah, the green ones are the second tier. The white ones are the common. Then there's blue, and then there's also legendary, which are the gold ones, and then there's the mythical.
More, man, he's cleaning up, dude. He's cleaning up today, guys. He's putting it together, man. Okay, let's go for the next one. This one's we're gonna go for a green one. Okay, these are the green ones. Okay, so this is hell yeah, halloo. Here we go.
Somebody is lucky here.
So let's see if he might take another one here in a second.
Oh, we got a new
Come
viewer,
on.
MSMP.
I vote Santino. Come on.
Just send them all the NFTs. We'll sign in play.
Oh my god. Okay, so Morton, Matt, you better hit me up on Twitter, man. You got
a luck right there.
A plethora of stuff coming your way. So here we go. We're gonna go for another one. We're gonna save that last green one here. Okay, let's see. Say this one for me, bro.
Andronicus Asiaticus.
There you go. Perfect. Let's see who's gonna get this one.
Gonna win again, and then
he's gonna win again. He's gonna maybe win again. Let's see.
Yeah.
Santino! There you go. Santino, you got that one. And then we have one more, which is a legendary.
Romulus.
This is Romulus. This is the one, guys. This is a big one.
It's a big one.
This is a big one, guys. Okay, let's see who's going to get this. Let's see who's going to get it.
I'm out. This is rigged, man.
He now owns the game.
What is that, 5?
You were like 5 today, Morton.
These are all like under mint number 10.
Oh my god, dude! You scored on this. You guys better. If you guys don't reach out and get these, I'll be mad.
And also I wanted to mention to anyone who's watching, if you join our Discord, we're giving away mint number 2s.
Ooh.
In the Discord on the giveaway channel. Every time I create a new character, I put the mint number 2 on a raffle on the Discord. Yeah. And then the mint number 1 wax pieces can be claimed if you own the equivalent number on the Ethereum chain.
Nice. That's awesome, man. This is Morton scored, man. We just like hooked him up. Okay, we're gonna do like another one here. Let's do a skate wheel. All right, guys, we're going to do one more skate wheel. And if Matt wins this one, I'm just shutting it down. All right, we're just shutting it down. Things rigged. Let's see. Brody B. Okay, so between Brody and Matt, they took everything today, guys. That one, you're going to win a skate coin wheel. So there you have it. And so, Roman Punks, what do you want to leave us with, my friend?
Oh, I just wanted to say thanks for having us. And I'll be coming on again, in a few weeks. I'll have something more to show you as we get closer to the drop date for our pack. We're also doing blends on Nifty, so just hop in the Discord and say hi if you're interested in the project. Anyone who likes history, sci-fi, video game, cyberpunk stuff, Roman Punks might be for you. So hit us up.
Awesome. Simon, Sublime, what do you want to leave us with, my friend?
Just watch out for our big drop coming on Tuesday at 12 o'clock GMT +1.
Nice.
And that's on NFT Hive, as you've already shown, I think. So,
cool. Danish Crypto, what do you want to leave us with?
Both Leaf and Blowjob token is listed now as, on NFT Hive, so you can use them to get your drops. Other than that, the Leaf miner update is fully done, so everyone can re-register to that. We have made it way more secure, so we shouldn't be able to have any problems, exploits, or otherwise. Again, it is a little more, you need to register it and link your Telegram and stuff, but it's secure now, so we can definitely move forward.
Don't forget to hit me up as well about the music on Taco as well. I'm interested to talk about that.
Sorry?
The music on Taco as well. Don't forget to hit me up about that.
DM me and I will kick Fetty. So
cool, man.
Awesome. But next time I'm coming on here, I'm probably gonna go a little more deep into what I actually do, because we've kind of skimmed over that.
Let's do that next time. Well, you got to come back, man. We had a lot of topics today. We'll come back in a couple weeks.
I'm open every week, so
come on out. This was nice about this new time for us, because I think before we didn't have the ability to kind of connect with our European friends very often because it was the middle of the night for you guys. So
I was half asleep, I think, most of the time at 1 o'clock in the morning.
It's a lot better time for you guys, which works out.
It's awesome. Like the Wax Wednesday show. It's at 3:30 a.m. my time.
Oh my gosh!
But I'm there.
You are there. You are there. You're a night owl. Danis is a night owl. So come back next week or the week after, man. We'll talk some more about what you're up to. Okay, Danis? Awesome. TC, what do you want to leave us with?
Keep stacking your wax.
That's right.
Oh, remember to vote, because otherwise you're staking wax rewards don't make anything.
Oh,
remember to vote. Get a prize.
I vote every day. Your
reward goes up significantly if you remember to vote.
There you go.
Yeah, of course.
And then finally, Timetraveler on Wax, my good friend. Thank you again for joining us yet again. What would you like to?
It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure meeting all of you, and we meet us soon.
Nice to meet you as well. Nice to meet you as well, Last.
Awesome.
You too, Simon. Danish, it's been a pleasure.
Yes.
TC, Roman, have a nice eve.
All right, guys. Have a good one, guys. Thanks a lot for joining us. See you guys.